Roswell type crash. This time the
Russia, USSR. We're back in the USSR.
Designed to create a cover story and the warehouses in which technology is analyzed and understood.
Now this one was a dogfight between the MiG and the alien spacecraft, right? Where the MiG shot at the spacecraft, of course, and the spacecraft sent some kind of light towards the MiG, and they both crashed, right? And then they recovered, right? Of course, the alien.
At this secret facility, the Soviets developed better nuclear weapons and delivery systems in 18 months.
Wow.
They anticipated creating in 5 years.
Wow.
Right. In 1959.
And that's the point. A Noki Eloish means what? Jesus being born of a woman who knew no man means what? Alien technology. Right. Now they also have to verify Mary didn't have sex. And that means someone acted as doctor to make sure Mary was still the virgin, right? They even talk about that in the pseudo-gospels, right? Of verifying Mary was still the virgin, right? Before she had Jesus, right? Dummy, right? You can tell if a girl's a virgin or not. Not just by having sex with a lying 15-year-old. And she's supposed to be one. And she's supposed to be one.
Called Russian Roswell. Is the only site of its kind.
Nope.
In the middle of Australia lies the
Australia too, right? And it's hot like Africa. So now Australia has dark-skinned people. Like Africa. Are they the same climate scientists? Yeah. Is that adaptation? Yeah. Yeah. Africa and Australia, one all the way, right, from, and then one in the southern hemisphere, 2 continents where it's hot and dry, and both produce dark-skinned people. Human beings, right? Men, women, right? Who could outlast you in that environment. But don't get them in the Arctic again. Like I'm saying, though. That's why black men don't play hockey. Just joking. Gotta be sure now, you understand? They're not good on the ice. I'm not talking about figure skating, right? They can probably do figure skating, right? Something. It's called adapting to your environment. It's not evolution either, right? It's not a different race either. They're human, right? Who teaches you racism? The devil who makes you do it? Right. He gets you to look at the outside. The inside, we're all alike, by the way. Right. Every last stitch, right? So inside, the black man ain't no different than the white man. He just comes from Africa, or like the Aborigines, Australia, where you got dark-skinned people too. Is that a coincidence or cause and effect? Cause and effect means what? 2 continents are like each other, Australia and Africa. Australians and Africans, natives, are dark-skinned people. That's climate. Adaptation. Right. Not evolution. Not a different race. They're still human. I know. And it is Star Wars then, right? The aliens see the planet, right? billions of years ago, right?
The Soviet Union.
But
The end of the
if it takes, like I told you, a few thousand years, right? See, if you keep destroying something, right, and say it takes 6,000 years to replenish it, refill it, know what that means? You go back, Jack, do it again. We'll turn them round and round, right? Well, we're going round and round in circles, circles, down it. We're flying high like a bird up in the sky. But you won't listen. You won't listen. They keep trying to tell you you're going into the loop, you're doing the same thing, right? And you won't stop, right? But don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop, it'll soon be here. And it's a period of tribulation, it's a period of, right. And it has an end and a beginning, right? Closing time, right. Some other beginnings in. I know who I want to take you home. Uh-oh. Well, they're not here again. I guess they're going off for the weekend to get away from me. Right. The next door neighbors, right? But that's the point, right? I can make up a fictional story as to why the girl and the guy won't even speak to me, rude neighbors they're being, right? I'm not a rude neighbor, I'll speak to you, but if you're acting weird, I can't speak to you because you're not speaking to me first, right? And I can read you. I learned to read people, didn't you? There you go. You know, you can tell if someone's mousing around you, right? Like the girl, right? When you're not talking about it, but talking about it in general, right? Well, that's the question, though, right? Why would she do it despite him who knows I'm not trying to do it, but I don't remember it, so she must also be the one backing me out that we did it, right? But see, you believe. It's the point, right? Of course, the girl can black out the guy, right? The guy can't prove nothing, right? Even if he gets the girl pregnant, she can hide all that, right? Easier than he can, right? Right. And easier than you think, right? She can even get abortions or miscarry the baby, and like I said, right? I'm not trying to control you, right? But you're doing me wrong too, right? If you don't think I'm the one, don't act like you can't have sex with me whether I'm the one or not. That's where you're lying, right? The Bible never said, don't do this because you can't do it. It always says, don't do this because you can do it and you can get away with it too, right? If you're not caught doing it, right? Even murder. That's the knowledge of good and evil too, right? If you don't want to hurt nobody, God does that and will help you out not to get hurt yourself, you see? But if someone wants to hurt you, they're hurting themselves because you're like them too, right? If someone wants to do you wrong and you're not doing them wrong, or you want to do each other wrong, then you're handling it yourself, right? You're playing God to each other then. Both sides. Both sides become satanic in that they're both wanting to kill each other, right? Any war is over something. The port of Mariupol, right? The port of this. Right? A woman even, right? But see, if it's Maria having the problem, and Matt's just not speaking because of Maria's craziness, right? Again, someone made her think I will be interested in her. Why? My dream of an Asian-looking woman, right? If you know that, You're making Maria paranoid. I want sex with her, and you're not wrong. But you're not right either. That's lukewarmness too. Right. Yes, it is. See, I'm single. And leaving with a man and having secret sex with me is still cheating on him and me by not me knowing what happened, right? I'm still living with the man, see what I mean? It's like Mary Bell all over again, right? And she knows she has the freedom. She didn't show me where Bart lived, but where Steve lived, so I know more's going on, right? And she might not have even been there, but Steve might have been there, right? Right? And had to call Steve, or Steve called her, right? Because I showed up, but she wasn't there, right? It's all complicated, ain't it, right? But who's complicating it? Mary Bell, me, I know, Steve, right? Somebody's lying, right? Someone's having a difficulty. And I don't know if Mary Bell's trying to get Bart back, or Bart felt guilty and didn't want her back, or what's going on there, right? See, when you're lied to, you gotta guess what you're being lied to about, right? Now, I'm making sure she's not cheating on me, but like I said, she still could be mad with the outcome, right? She didn't really want me either. I'm the rebound, right? I told you why, I know. If she get pregnant by anyone, it's not me she wanted to get pregnant by. And it looks like she did, right? And she can't handle it, right? Because like I told her, once you have the baby, you had the baby, right? You trick yourself. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to get you to commit or break up with me, and you're doing neither, right? That's called leading me on, right? You're getting what you want. You're getting your jollies, right? But when you want, not when I want, right? I can't show up at Steve's and you go off with me from Steve's house, right? If we're really dating, you could, because Steve doesn't care, right? Nor would Bart, right? Or whatever. Nor would you, right? It wouldn't bother you, right? If you really love me, we can go off at any time, not when you choose, right? Or I have to wait until you choose to be with me, right? And that's backwards, right? The whole time we're dating. Same with the upstairs neighbor who left his girlfriend in the fucking apartment by herself, or I had to take her around, right? I'm not going to try to fuck her. But if he did and she fucked me out of spite, why don't I remember, right? At all. Someone knocked me out after the sex, the girl herself or boyfriend, right? But then he would have to be faking going out to see or something, right? And lied to her. Just test us if we would have sex, dumbass. Maybe. You don't do that either. And if I tell her I got a girlfriend, but she's acting weird too, and you can be on top. I don't know. Alright. I wouldn't mind, but like I said, right? I might do things you wouldn't do in the bedroom, I don't know. But you gotta be kind of the aggressor. Because I do have a girlfriend, but I don't know what's going on with her, right? Never have, right? So I'm not lying to her either, right? She's having boyfriend issues herself, and jealousy either way is an issue, right? See, going out don't mean I'm having sex. Unless I know there's something going on more than normal, right? Now, at the buffets, I don't even think nothing's happening, right, though, at all, right? Not saying they can't seduce me, but the thing is, right, the blackout part, right, has to happen between the sex, right, and me eating the meal, right? And I have to go back to eating the meals, right? And they have to black me out between that, right? From, starting in the buffet, right? Eating the buffet, right? And then, again, right? Having the sex, right? And then going back to eat again, and then black me out, right? for me not to remember that part, right? Do you see how complicated that is? Right. Don't it sound like I'm making it up? Yeah. Why do they not think I'm making it up? No. They're acting like I'm not making it up. When I say, I think I'm making it up, I'm not making it up. I don't know, I'm not making it up. I thought I was making it up, right? What you talking about? I'm not saying I can't have sex with them all, right? I just don't know. I just don't know. Probably just to slow her quick, too, right? So, is it too long or right? How it's supposed to be with previews and right? Mm-hmm. So, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not doing nothing wrong, but I don't know either because I've read the whole Bible, even Moses' opinion about sex before marriage, and you can do it if you want to get married, right? Though that's between the man and the woman first, right? The parent can become involved after. Of course, you've got to ask her father's hand in marriage in the scenario, right? Or the girl herself, if you want to elope or something, you can do that too, right? See, there's no one way to marry someone, right? And sex is the whole goal of marriage. Ain't it? Ain't it? So, if you're not having sex, what you doing anyway, right? Making out, fooling around, right? But when you take it too far, right? Anyone, even my stepniece, can't seduce me, bite me out herself, and then act like she don't know, but act all hot towards me, right? And I can feel it, right? That's crazy, right? On her part, but then who put the idea in her head she could even do it, right? Ain't me. I'm talking about it afterwards, right? Not sure it even happened or why, I don't know. But see, I lived near her before Mark died, but then they moved away a little bit. By then, she was almost 12, but like I said, right, I'm not treating her like she's not my niece. I know by blood, actually, right? I am. I've never even made any kind of advancement sexually towards her that I recall, right? Even when I'm visiting Mark and Diane, I sit on the couch like a normal, visitor. I don't go into her bedroom or right. I never even spent the night when Diane and Mark were living in my mom's apartment, which she let them have right after she moved out. And none of this is too crazy unless, like I said, someone in the house is telling her, right? I want sex with her, right? And then they're creating the scenario, not me, if it's Mark or Diane, right? Who do I think it would be? Mark. Am I wrong? Diane wouldn't do that. It's her daughter. She don't see me as anything but an uncle, even if it's not by blood. But this is when the whole truth comes out, right? She also had a brown-eyed brunette boyfriend, right? Who looked like me. Like you, right? And then she had a brown-eyed son, right? And now she's supposed to be pregnant again, she said, right? Or is she testing something, right? By now she should have had the baby too, right? Or you tell your grandparents, right? And you show them what the baby looks like. You visit. Or does he look like Shane again too, right? And this time Shane knows he might have been with you, and this time you know it was his, and then right, was the first one too, right? But it's not wrong, right? But it's wrong, right? You know what I mean? 50-50, 50-50. What's really wrong, like I said, is if you're blacking me out yourself, right? Because you feel guilty, right, about doing it, but think it's wrong, but did it anyway. See, that's the devilish part, right? You did it anyway if you did it, right? Right. Hypothetically for me, right? I don't really know, right? I'm not accusing you either. I'm asking you. This is a question, right? Not a statement, right? I know. And I'm also trying not to get mad about it if you did, right? I'm not upset, right? I know someone who put it in your head ain't supposed to put it in your head. And I don't think it would be your grandma. And Kathy Hall either, right? But, right. But I do wonder if it would be my brother, my stepbrother. If he was making you feel I wanted sex with you or something, right? But it wasn't me, And I don't think it would be Diane or anyone else, right? Now, the only other person is your granddad, right? But I don't think so either, right? So there we are again, right? Back to square one, right? Who's doing this to you, right? I know. Why are you hiding again, right, from me, right? And still told us you got pregnant, right? Which, again, you should have had the baby by a certain 9 months later, right? And that's over 9 months later, right? But then you know who the father is, right, this time. And like I said, I could be a boyfriend, a husband, or whatever you want me to be, but if I don't remember it, you're also the only one who has the power to black me out. No one else knows you're doing it but you. I know. There they are.
The eyes are different, nose are different, but they do have 5 fingers, 5 toes, 2 eyes.
And a vagina.
The release of the video online creates a stir, with many viewers insisting that it must be a hoax. But
Of
why
course.
would a renowned engineer and physicist lie about something so important? Could it be that the long-held rumors of reverse engineering of otherworldly technology and even stories
But they're
of
doing it
extraterrestrial
on
involvement
purpose,
in secret
that means,
military
right.
projects are actually
They're doing it so we can slowly destroy ourselves from within. We're the problem. We're the scourge of the universe. Get it?
To the retrieval of
We're the murderers and the rapists and the fornicators, right?
which the
We're the ones who can't behave ourselves, right?
and said no one
And no one gives you something without a cost, right? Not here,
the
not
21st
here.
century is being built on extraterrestrial technology.
And that makes sense,
How is
right?
it possible that in the last 70 years we've
But
accomplished
it happened after the fall, too. The angels from heaven started reproducing with the daughters of men and creating giants.
today?
Cyclopses, right? 6-fingered humans.
So I think that the technological
6-toed
advances
humans, right?
we've made are due to retrieving extraterrestrial technology. One has to wonder if these puzzle pieces were left here deliberately
Yeah.
or an accident.
Both, kinda? Right.
and perhaps other militaries
But they know
around the
too.
world
They know too.
have gained technology.
If you
from
crash, you crash, right?
alien ships on our planet, then you would think that
And both sides, the aliens who sent the craft, right, and those who recovered the craft, know it happened, right? Someone's denying it on our end, right? The government.
Technological developments recently. It's been suggested that this is part of a program to bring us up technology.
Why do you think Trump stole the
one of the
documents?
most amazing things about this idea of reverse engineering alien technology.
They're
is
secret,
that It's taken quite a while for us to
but
actually
they're talking about it
be
anyway.
able to realize it. Maybe we are now reaching a level of
On
technological
ancient
sophistication
aliens.
that we're going to be able to match the advanced.
And this show is in so many seasons. This was going on before he became president. I know.
What are their designs? And are they interested in our best interests or are they interested in their best interests?
Do you see what I mean?
Mike Roswell and other crashes covered up worldwide. have been orchestrated by aliens in order to technologically advance the human race.
This has been going on before Trump, after Obama, right?
Scattered across the globe.
And again, right? I've been aware of it the whole time, right? I didn't really start watching it live, though. You gotta be honest or you're lying still, right? This show, some people want us to know, right? And some people don't. And some people don't still, right? And a cover-up, right? Means the Christians are lying, the Jews are lying, right? Russians are lying, right? Muslims are lying, right? The Hindus are lying, right? Not intentionally, mind you. Ignorantly, right? Playing dumb little human, right? Right. Uh-oh, the phone's getting hot in here. I wonder why. Alien technology, right? Deny. I'm not right, Margaret. I know. I see you there. Love you. But see, is it part of the 10 days of tribulation? That's my question to you first. And we still got the 4,000 years, just the next 1,000 years is going to be rough. Then the millennial reign, Christ returns for 1,000 years, right? Trying to restore things again for 1,000 years, right? Then we got how many more 1,000 years? 2 to 6, right? Why would God, like I asked you, give us 3 weeks, 20 days, right? Also, the amount of time from the time I moved out of my ex-wife's house till I fell, right? Around 20 days, right? I know. To 17, right? I know. Sound familiar, right? And they tried to black me out again, right? Bad guys. On base. A Navy man attacked another Navy man for having to get off the roof. I don't know. And I had to use my ninja skills on them. What little I had from a book. And I told him that too. I got a little skills from a book. Written by Stephen K. Hayes in the 90s, 80s, right? Dumbass, right? I'm not saying I'm a movie ninja, right? But I know Jesus too. That might be something different. There you go. Right. I know Jesus a little more than I know the ninja, right? And again, right? If anyone saved me, I'm sure it was him. I'm sure it was him. Okay, you figure something out. Whether you line with the conspirators or you're seeking the truth, I know, with Jesus and some of the disciples. 10 men are the inner sanctum, right? No, 12, right? One betrayed him, one was replaced by him, right? Same way he might have betrayed him too, by the way. By lots, right? If one of them is betraying him in the inner 12, right? What does that mean? He was probably chosen by lots too, right? None of them probably really wanted to actually betray him, right? Not even Judas, right? The real secret comes out now. And who I want you to know? Peter. Bad Peter. But the lie is 50-50. And they could have sold the body to burn it, right? No body, no proof, no evidence. Especially if he was androgynous, right, Peter? Then he's a witch. calling up Elijah and Moses, right? Like the witch Endor, huh? So you had to burn him. You shall not suffer a witch to live, huh? You got to burn him at the stake, right? That spirit remains in the Torah. And it's a bad spirit, right? It's an unforgiving spirit. It's an unpitying spirit. That's not our God. Our God is a loving God and an awesome God and a caring God and always cares and always cares, right? But like I told you, you're not caring about me if you don't care if I remember or not, right? And I care if I remember or not, right? But if you're doing it, again, I told you, right? They're not just lying to me, they're lying to us all, right? A lie is a lie, and the truth is the truth. And anything that's part of the truth, right? Even if it shows you a little bit more information, right? Until you deal with the whole truth they're lying about, right? You don't know what it all is, right? They're releasing, though, this information because there's proof, right? There's too much proof to deny it anymore, right? But we all want to know the truth. Don't you? Noki El Lo-ish. They could be the El or Elohim, right? I know. The former seeders of the planet, right? Now, like I told you, when you mate